Hey guys, what's up? Bongo Byers back again with another Transformers video review. This time we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Robots in Disguise Sideburn. Now, I think it would have made a little bit more sense if I would have waited to have this guy show up before I did all three. Before I did these two. But, you know what? My channel, I do what I want. So, anyways, here's Sideburn. From what I understand, he is supposed to be a Viper, which very neat features. You can actually open his doors, which reveals next to nothing other than his robot feet. Which he's very tight and very compact. I really like Sideburn has always been my favorite of the three. One, because he had the most badass looking car. Two, it's Sideburn. Come on, who didn't love Sideburn back then? This missile kind of just pegs on like that. There's just these two pegs, two holes within his leg. That, when you line it up correctly, it pegs in, which for some odd reason is very hard for me to do on mine. I'm not sure if that's the same for everybody else's, but if it's the same for you, please let me know. And again, rubber tires. All three of these guys have rubber tires, so they roll like champions. They have the traction. They stick to the ground, unlike the crappy plastic wheels. Plastic wheels aren't crap. Like I just said, they're not crap. It's just they don't work as well as rubber tires. So yeah, that's where I stand with it. Now, I don't have anything else in vehicle mode right now to really do a proper comparison of how big he is in vehicle mode. So, yeah. And another thing is, this is back when Chrome was done very well. I'm not getting Silas Breakdown because he has the giant Chrome thing. Just, no. They ruined it for me. But I digress. At any rate, let's get this guy transformed into robot mode. And we do that by basically pulling off some parts. We pull this off, set that to the side. And this is kind of hard to do. You really got to get your finger in there and pull this off. So yeah, pull that off to where you basically just have this whole chunk missing from the back of the car. Which, if you're going to buy this guy off of eBay, make sure he has these. If he doesn't have these, then don't even bother, because that's basically the defining traits for well, not defining traits, but basically they're things that are necessary for vehicle mode. So yeah, anyways, transformation. Pop those off, open the doors, kind of, okay, come to the front, unpeg the front, come to the back, unpeg the sides, and then kind of fold them down like this. Which all this will give you enough clearance to kind of split this, and then you gotta kind of untab this and kind of bring it up. Come in here and pop this off. You really don't need this for vehicle mode. Like, this is mainly just for storage, but this is one of his weapons in robot mode, so we're gonna put that off to the side. You know what, let's do the legs first, since those are the easiest. We're gonna rotate, or we're gonna flip his legs out, and then we're going to flip up his feet. Next, what we're gonna do is we're going to fold these pieces, these parts that hold the doors, we're gonna fold these down like this, kind of orient these to where they kind of just fit like that. Then you kind of got to rotate this to kind of swing this around and up like this, which, as you can clearly see, he is a very, very strange transformation. But anyways, you come up here, unpeg this. This piece rotates up like this, and then it rotates around. Let's see if I can actually do this without popping any ball joints. Like, try and get everything out of the way. And then rotate it in like that. Spin this around. Kind of orient this. And then fold this whole piece down. And this whole piece will peg into place. Flip up his head. And there we go. There is Sideburn in his robot mode. And he looks cool. I really like his robot mode. And I bet you guys will too once I actually adjust the camera to where you can actually see his pretty little robot mode. There we go. So yeah, there's his robot mode. And honestly, this was back when I was collecting Transformers, so this hits home for me very well. Now, as you can see, this has two different ways of holding it. You have this handle right here, and then you have another one right here. If you use this one and plug it into his hand, it kind of looks like a little bayonet looking gun thing. But then if you pop it off and then use the other handle, if he doesn't move around so much, you can hold it as a knife. Which, that's cool. I usually have him holding it as a knife. Now, these two pieces, this is actually his gun. So you basically just take this whole thing and plug it in, and it launches as a missile launcher. With a lot of force, actually. Like, that went flying way farther than I had originally anticipated. Now it's not going in. Why is this? Okay, there we go. Like, that's, you heard that one. So yeah, plug this in, and there we go. So yeah, again, he is a very, very nice figure. Posability, he's not that far off. He's got a ball. Unlike the other two, he's got a ball joint within his neck, which is kind of limited. But you know what? He has more He has more posability in his head, so I like that. Ball joint within the shoulder. Swivels here. Bicep bend. Same thing on the other arm. This gigantic shield is posable. He's got a ball joint within his hip, and unlike the others, he has a waist joint. He's got this really weird double knee, where it looks like it's supposed to be a ratchet joint, but it's not. And then ball jointed ankles. So as you can see, he is probably the most posable of the three. And if you add the fact that these things are on ball joints, you can actually just kind of orient these to where they're in different spots. Which again, this is a aesthetic that I grew up with, which is probably why I'm going to enjoy Beast Hunters. Because they have just a bunch of stuff on them. Like, these are figures that when I was collecting them, these were the figures that I grew up with. And it feels nice to have these guys again. So with that said, let's do a proper comparison with his fellow brothers. There's Sideburn, here's X-Brawn, and here is Prowl. I don't have the white version, but I have the supercharged version. So yeah, as you can see, there you go. Yeah, my camera doesn't do it justice, but there you go. They look really, really nice together. Now, who to get? Now, of the three of these, if you were only able to get one, who to get? For how much I really like Sideburn, if you want a good quality toy, get X-Brawn. Because X-Brawn all around just holds together very well, and for what he's supposed to be, you'd think he is very unstable with his giant left arm, but really he's not. Because he's got these really well done feet. that keep him standing. But of course, if you're gonna have one car brother, you kind of got to get the rest. Now, clearly enough, I only have one of the repaints, one of the super powered ones. I would like to get the white one, and then the white X Braun and the red Sideburn, but I'm not sure if I'm willing to pay double for them. So if you guys can hit me up with those, I would greatly appreciate it. But I'm not in any hurry to get these guys. So with this said, there's the Car Brothers. Pull them off. There's Sideburn. With all of this said, would I recommend Sideburn on his own? Since I am a Sideburn fanboy, I would say yes, get Sideburn. But this is an aesthetic that you would have had to have been born within the era when this aesthetic was around. Which is probably why I like him so much. I love having all the stuff hanging off of him. That's why a lot of other figures nowadays don't really bug me, because I grew used to this. Now, enough of my ramblings. Sorry, Sizzler. I can't help it. At any rate, this is Bionicle Biners signing out from the video review of Transformers Robots in Disguise, Sideburn. And this is BC saying, stay nerdy and get your geek on.